Recently, I just sold my 11-inch iPad Pro for the 12.9-inch iPad Pro.
What? How could you?
Oh, what's up? I thought bigger was always better. You know, bigger, 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 bigger.
It's all about the portability. Simplypops, it's all about the portability.
That's where you got it wrong. I want an XDR display, the loudest possible speakers, the best, the ultimate iPad Pro experience. Or at least I don't have display bleeding. Okay, you got it. But I'm gonna still school you. Check this out. I always been a small iPad Pro user since 2016 with the 9.7-inch iPad. I took it with me to school. This is when I was a broke college kid, had the Apple Pencil, and essentially that was the only thing I had in my backpack was that iPad. I store PDF files of textbooks. I use Notability to jot down some notes, and believe it or not, that iPad got me through college. I enjoyed it. It was light, it was portable, and it didn't take up so much space in my backpack. But as time goes on, that screen is so cramped up. It's sometimes you gotta pinch and zoom, then you gotta get to the next line. You don't really have enough screen real estate. With the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, it's the same exact size as an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So essentially, it's the same exact size as this sheet of paper. You have the one-to-one experience, or almost like that experience, on the iPad Pro 12.9-inch. You know, ever since then, I always wanted a bigger iPad, but I just couldn't afford it, simply. So ever since then, I always wanted an iPad, just having a larger canvas for everything. But there was this one day, right? In 2018, Apple revealed the brand new iPad Pro, and to this day, that is one of my favorite Apple keynotes ever. We had the brand new iPad Pro, brand new MacBook Air, refresh, eliminating those aluminum bezels and everything. We had a brand new Mac Mini, and then Lana Del Rey performed. One of my favorite keynotes, hands down. And to put the cherry on top, it was all revealed in New York City. So I remember watching that keynote, super excited for this new iPad, couldn't wait to get it. So I decided to pre-order, and I went with the 11-inch. Now, the reason why I went with the 11-inch at the time, because I'm more comfortable with the smaller size, and you know, it was more money for the 12.9-inch, so I just didn't get the 12.9-inch. Fast forward until last year, honestly, that's when I decided to buy a 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro, and I gotta tell you, man, it was worth the wait. Now we have an XDR display, mini LED, and that screen is just so massive. I just love it so much. But the final nail that triggered me to sell the 11-inch model of the iPad Pro was because of this. This is the iPad Mini 6, and I've been using this for a year now. It's been a year since I had this iPad, and this is one of my favorite iPads that Apple has ever made. You know, this is, I guess you could say this is like the last true iPad, because if you look at the lineup right now, the iPad Pro is trying to be a laptop replacement. You have the Magic Keyboard, so it's a true iPad, but it's like trying to be this hybrid. And then you have the iPad Air, that's basically like the same thing like the Pro, but it's just a more budget-friendly one. Then you have the iPad Mini. You don't even have a Magic Keyboard with it, and yes, you can pair up a keyboard and a mouse, but this is like a true iPad. I feel like it has that $499 price tag. You have an all-screen design. This, I cannot stress on how much I love this iPad, and it fills in that blank. It fills in that blank of the 11-inch where I want to maybe take my iPad out on the go, which, by the way, all my iPads are cellular, so I could go out anywhere and have a connection. Watch my cellular versus Wi-Fi plus cellular video at the link in the description if you guys are trying to decide between the two models. And let's face it, it's only 2 inches smaller compared to the 11-inch, so I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But if I want something that's more immersive, a bigger screen, that's where the 12.9-inch come into play. So it's really no need for me to have an 11-inch iPad Pro no more. So that's what triggered me to sell it. Is really just thanks to the iPad Mini. And the only thing that's missing on the iPad Mini 6 is ProMotion. The iPads are in this weird position. It's in this weird state right now. You have the iPad Pro M2, which I don't recommend it. I recommend you guys getting the M1 because dollar for dollar value, you're pretty much getting identical performance. Then you have the iPad Air, By the time you spend $600 on that, you can get a refurbished iPad Pro that's even better. You have ProMotion. It's better to go with an older iPad Pro than an iPad Air. I made a video covering Apple certified refurbished versus buying it brand new. And then you have the iPad Mini 6, which is probably the only iPad I recommend, but this is a very niche tablet, because essentially if you compare this to an iPhone 14 Pro Max, it's almost about the same size. So nobody don't want to buy a mini that's so close, or almost the same size as an iPhone. So I understand why it's in a very niche market, but trust me when I tell you, when you have an iPad Mini 6, you'll understand. And then you have the budget iPads such as the iPad 9 and the iPad 10. The iPad 9 has a dated design, but it's a rock solid iPad. And then you have the iPad 10 that's just, Apple made some weird decisions on that one where, you know, it only has supports for first generation Apple Pencil support. So it's a lot of weird decisions that Apple made with that one. But there is no bad iPad here. It's just, what is your budget? Or is it better off spending your money here? You get more features at the same price. So that's why I say it's in the weird space. But all the iPads are not terrible though. From an 11-inch to the iPad mini, yes, I'm giving up Face ID, yes, I'm giving up the quad speakers, but it don't matter. If I'm just laying down in the bed or sitting down on the couch, the iPad mini is gonna just fit my needs. It's gonna fit my needs. And then if I need something that's more immersive, I want to watch a movie, or maybe I'm traveling, then I take the 12.9 inch. But even so, lately these days I've been taking the iPad Mini 6 on the go too as well. And like I said, it just fits in your pocket. It's so light, it's so portable. And the 12.9 inch, you have a much more sharper, brighter display. And even for watching movies, you can appreciate the mini LED display. And also surfing the web, you have full web pages, so it's nothing that's cropped in, or it's just really the full website. So essentially the 12.9 inch iPad Pro is like a 13-inch MacBook Pro, minus in Final Cut Pro, of course. So yeah, that is the reason why I sold my 11-inch iPad Pro. And by the way, this is the Pataka Mag case. Essentially, you enabling wireless charging to the iPad. I don't have to worry about plugging my iPad in for charging. I just put it on the stand, which is also from Pataka, that you're gonna need to enable the wireless charge. And I just don't worry about it. Same thing on my iPhone. I use MagSafe. So essentially, I don't plug anything in. The only thing I plug in is my MacBook. And I plug it up to the studio display. So that's basically the only thing I plug up. If you guys enjoyed the skit, I appreciate it. With a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, let me know in the comments. And make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. And yeah, until next time, guys, have a simple day. Peace.